Hey guys, it's Cashew. In the background is footage of my first ranked game I've played in a while, and we lose the game. I'll just tell you right now. I think I played the early game okay, not perfectly, but fine. My Viego got 7 kills in the first 15-ish minutes of the game, super far ahead. And then everything fell apart and we lost the game. And a couple things went wrong all at the same time, but I'm going to fully own up to the fact right now that I took a lot of random fucking deaths that I shouldn't have taken. Now, did this happen? Partially because I was thinking about the game state. Yes. Did this happen partially because I tilted because I watched my team do it a number of times before I did? Yes. Does that change the fact that if I had played significantly better, or if I just hadn't taken the random terrible deaths, we might have won? No, doesn't change it at all. Still true. And what I want to talk about is the difference between the players who don't have lapses in concentration or lapses in awareness and the players who do, and why that happens so much more often in gold players than in masters players. And the big reason that I at least think and want to talk about is that in League, a lot of your rank is consistency in executing most of the game. You could be, you could be Gosu, you could be Uzi, you could be the best mechanical carry of all time. And if you are standing in the wrong place 2/3 of the time when you're laning, you're still just going to get poked. Like maybe you dodge every single skill shot, Lulu's still going to take good trades on you and you're still going to lose, right? Conversely, or inversely, if you don't have mechanical skill at all, you have no mechanical skill, you're absolutely terrible, but you stand in the right place in lane 100% of the time, you can still probably take even or winning trades versus most players under diamond at almost any point in time, just by clicking them when they walk into you or vice versa, right? And I think that a lot of League players don't factor that consistency, that awareness of the game into their rank, and I think that you should. I do. I know with 100% certainty that my peak level of play, if I play with consistency the whole game, is above the rank that I have hit. My peak rank is D1 88 LP. I can play in Masters games if I was to play at my peak with 100% consistency, but I can't. That's a skill that I have to develop. When I leave the game, like I have off and on for the last year, and come back, that skill is not developed. It's gone, and I can't do it. I can't perform at the Diamond 1 and Masters level that my account's currently queuing into. Yes, it's Emerald if you go PGG me. This lobby was 8 Masters players and a Diamond player. I promise you this is a Masters game. Um, so what does that look like for the difference between low and high ranked players? And this is not like D4 to Masters Zero LP. This is the difference between the two groups of players I had try out yesterday. So, for context, they're on a small amateur collegiate team, or at least coach a small amateur collegiate team. We did okay in CLOL off and on the last couple of years. We have typically had like a D4 to D2 average team. So, um, relatively competitive. Definitely a long way to go from the top. But we had tryouts yesterday, and there were two clear skill brackets of player. And I didn't even have to watch the tryout to know that there were two skill brackets. We had 3 players who were ranked in gold at this time, and I think 2 of them have peaked above gold, but 3 players currently ranked in gold with non-zero games played. And then 4 players who I know have all played some forms of competitive league, have all been diamond, 3 of them have been masters, 1 of them has been challenger, and they have better communications, they have a defined champ pool, and they have a player identity. And when I was watching the game, one huge thing stuck out to me. Realistically, obviously, the players who were Masters and Challenger had significantly better fundamentals than the players who were Gold. It is what it is. But more importantly, I saw a number of times the players who were Gold, and if you guys are watching this, hi, I don't mean this to be flame, I mean this to be critique and observation, not follow up on things or react to the game state. And sometimes they would be told or called, there would be a call from one of the other players in the team, hey, let's do this, and they wouldn't respond to it. Sometimes they would just walk into something I would consider a pretty obvious bait or trap or just somewhere you're not supposed to walk. Somewhere that maybe the jungler is clearly covering because of jungle tracking. Maybe somewhere where it's like you just don't have the champion power to do that, but you think that you do. And it feels like an int. If you're looking at it from like a Masters Plus perspective, it's like, why would you ever do that? If you're looking at it from a gold perspective, it's like, well, I just didn't know this thing, or I wasn't aware of this thing. And that awareness is really key, right? It's like, that is a huge part of League of Legends skill, is to load in and for 20, 30, 40 minutes the entire time, play all of your knowledge out as consistently as possible. When I load into that game that you're watching on my screen, I played the early game fine. I definitely missed some CS. I'm never the best CSer, and I kind of wander around a bit too much, but overall, I do okay. My first blood was good. I contributed to some stuff. This ulti was pretty good, though I maybe waited a bit too long to use it. Regardless, like, it's cool. Things happen that were good. And then I just fall apart. And there are reasons, but the biggest reason is I lost concentration. And then I didn't play to the best of my ability. Not even close. That means that I deserve to lose this game. Was it representative of my peak skill? Hell no, but it was representative of my ability as a player to concentrate. It was representative of my ability as a player to pay attention to the things on my screen and off my screen, and the next things that are going to be on my screen and off my screen, right? Where the objectives are, when I need to go to the next wave, when I need to reset, all at the same time. That is skill in League of Legends. If you are somebody who is looking at this and thinking, that's not skill, that's just me losing concentration or whatever, my argument is that that is specifically part of the skill of this game. That should be factored in as part of your rank, and you should be aware of that, and that should be something you want to improve if you want to get better. You're not just looking at your individual performance. It's like, oh, I got 9 CS out of that wave that crashed a tower when I could have gotten 10 if I just, autoed differently. It should also be things like, I got 9 CS out of that wave, which was an improvement because I used to only get 8. Honestly, that's about it. This is like a pretty small thing that defines a huge part of League of Legends. I would love to hear more about what you think about skill expression. I'd love to hear more about maybe people's experiences with like consistency, maybe experiencing your own lack of consistency or experiencing your consistency. Actually, side note, one good example is that I have a friend who I don't think is a Masters level player, but I have seen him hit Masters 2-3 seasons, and typically he sits in mid to high diamond. He plays Fizz and Zac. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Some of you do. And when he is on those characters playing ranked with the intent to win, he plays at the exact same level the whole time. He makes the same mistakes, but he also does the same things correctly. And when he makes a big play, there's no surprise. He knew he was going to make that play, or at least that he was going to try and have a pretty good chance. And so even though maybe he doesn't look nearly as good in some situations as like a D4 jungler on most champions, when he plays consistency, he hits Masters. And a lot of D4 junglers will not ever hit Masters. And this is just one player, one example, right? I am another example. I almost hit Masters and then didn't. Could I have kept playing and hit Masters? Maybe. This was only with 70, 80 games, and I had a really good win rate. But then I lost a bunch of games, right? I mean, I can have whatever reason I want to lose those games, but I lost those games. I dropped from D188 LP to D250 LP and then quit playing ranked, right? Please keep in mind, no matter your excuse, no matter whether you're tilt killing, switching roles, trying something, bad teams, loser's queue, duoing with somebody who's bad, your rank is representative of the average game that you have played. Not necessarily of your skill as a player. All that matters is that outcome of whether you win or lose. And sometimes, nice Ash arrow, a lot of things factor into it that aren't just how good you are at League of Legends. Cool, that's it. See you.